This is Dave at Active Intel Investigations. Today we're going to talk about verifying credentials for key people. For the most part, we're talking about employees, but it could be vendors, it could be business partners or colleagues. So verifying the credentials as you're onboarding somebody into your sphere of influence is a helpful way to avoid fraud. The credentials is the first red flag of fraud. If we investigate a fraud that happened in a company, if we backtrack the period of time that that person is involved with that company, there's always an example where their representations made when they were hired, onboarded, promoted, whatever the case is, was misrepresented. They said they had this degree, they didn't. They said they had this job, they didn't. So it's a first red flag of a fraud even well before it happens. Could be 2-3 years in advance. So always verify credentials. Start with the resume. Did they have the job they said they did? Are the dates correct? So you can call and verify employment. They say, yeah, they worked here. Great, talk to you later. Well, what if that job was padded by a year to cover up another period of time when they didn't have a job, or they had a job that something bad happened? Verify the dates on that resume. Verify also the job descriptions and the names of the supervisors. So instead of asking for the name that's listed on the resume, ask for HR, ask for the general manager, and then have them tell you the person who supervised this particular future employee. Verify also college degrees. That's a very frequently fudged aspect of a resume. It may not matter to you that they have a degree or they don't, but if they lied about it on the resume, that's a red flag that they're willing to tell you something that's not true. Check into their organizational associates. Are they members of trade groups? Are they members of other industry associations? If they were, you can get good information about their ethics and their corporate culture from those types of associates. Do they have any licenses? Did they have licenses that were revoked or suspended? Those are things that are good verifications of their ability to maintain their credentials. And then find your own references. So if they give you 3 references on a resume or on some type of CV, go beyond that. Look at their things like LinkedIn, look at potential prior clients, look at vendors they've dealt with, landlords of business clients, maybe even colleagues, and find your own references to talk to, not just the one that they spoon feed you. And then ask them to describe a story that happened to them in business. 2 weeks later, ask them again to tell you that same story and see if there's any discrepancies. It may seem extreme, but if you're hiring somebody to come into your organization to be part of your very important and valuable enterprise, you're putting the well-being of all the other people in the enterprise based on a new person coming in. So even something simple as, when you walk to your car at the end of the day and you see that person's car there, take a peek in their car, see what's in there. See if there's something that indicates what kind of a person they are, and if that's the kind of person you want to introduce into the very valuable corporate culture that you've spent a great deal of time putting together.